everybody, I am back, and this time I have a Create a Sims video for you, but not just any CAS video. CAS? CAS? What are we calling it? I don't know. Not just any video. It is specifically based on the characters from the Drew Carey Show, the 1990s, early 2000s gem that has oddly been very forgotten, and I don't know why, and I wish it wasn't. But I've been super obsessed with it again recently. I watched it when I was younger, and there's been a resurgence in my brain, and it's like the only show that I'm watching now on repeat. It's really funny and very original for its time and super creative. And I want to pick Drew Carey's mind and know way more about how the show was created and everything that happened with it. But I can't do that. For now, what I can do is recreate the show's characters in The Sims. So I decided to do that. The first character we got up is Mimi Bobek. Mimi Bobek is played by the very talented Kathy Kenny. It's just a masterclass in character acting, y'all. And I come from an improv background, and I have a really big appreciation for acting and character work, and obviously improv, which is just another reason why I love this show and the cast of this show so much, because they're all just such like highly skilled comedic actors, and to have them all on one team is just so genius. But yeah, Kathy Kenny kills it as Mimi. Mimi's such an iconic uh, frenemy villain. Her and Drew definitely hate each other 99.95% of the time. Every now and then there are tender moments between them, which is really sweet. And I love when you get tender moments from Mimi because it just shows the actress's range. But just these heated moments all the time between Mimi and Drew. Mimi making fun of Drew for his weight or his just him being a loser, which I don't think Drew is, but I get it. Drew usually makes fun of Mimi's appearance, whether it be her size or her very brightly colored teal eyeshadow and makeup in general. But Mimi does not let it affect her. She is such a badass. I mean, bordering evil. Like, I don't want to be like Mimi, but if I could embody some of what makes Mimi so cool. See, I don't want to call her cool because she really does evil stuff to Drew, and I can't condone that. But I can condone loving yourself and not putting up for any pig's bullshit, because that's what Drew is to her, a pig, a misogynistic little pig boy. Because of their first meeting, if you watch the pilot episode, that will all be cleared up. You will know why she calls him pig, and how their relationship started, and it's very funny and very silly. But for Mimi, I went with an iconic Mimi look, just bright colors, bright patterns. I don't really pay attention to the shoes that characters wear. I just imagined her. I feel like she probably wears like bright colored shoes. And I don't know why I don't know this because I seriously watched the show so many times. Sorry, I'm not looking at feet, y'all. But I like a classic bright white boot, and I paired it with a pattern tight because I thought that that would be fun. She really does like dress borderline like a fashionable ass clown. Like it is very bright and big. And obviously I had to do her signature makeup. I don't know if I said that yet, but Mimi is known for wearing very bright, very teal eyeshadow. Something that I also like to do. Like I said, I'm not trying to be Mimi. I don't want to be Mimi because she is a very mean person, but I can kind of see my confidence in my not putting up with people's bullshit coming from maybe admiring her as a child. I might have been a little mean as a kid too. Not like that, not look, I'm really writing myself out to be a terrible child, but I wasn't. Let's get back to what we're doing. Next, we have Lewis. Lewis is one of Drew's three best friends. Lewis and Oswald are kind of like a dynamic duo pair, TV iconic buddy group. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, but they are literally the best of friends. Lewis and Oswald. They are so cute together. I mean, in my book, one of the top three comedy duos on television since I started watching television. Lewis is a very interesting guy. He's played by the comedic genius, Ryan Stiles. I love Ryan Stiles so much. I love Drew Carey so much. I used to stay up after my bedtime to watch Whose Line Is It Anyway with the captions on. My parents definitely knew that I was watching TV. And at first I was like, why didn't I get in trouble? Like I'm a mom and I can see when my daughter has her TV on because of the light underneath. And I was like, how did I not get in trouble? And then I was like, oh, because I was watching like the most loser ass shit that my parents had to be worried about. Like kids were probably sneaking like late night Cinemax, and I'm just here trying to, I mean, ABC Family, Fox Family, whatever it was at the time. I was just trying to stay up and watch Whose Line Is It Anyway at 10 p.m. with the captions on. How do you enjoy improv without being able to hear the comedy cues, y'all? Like, what is going on with my brain? But that introduced me to Ryan Stiles, and then obviously watching the Drew Carey Show again as an adult, I'm remembering how much I loved him as a child on the show, but it's hard to remember. I mean, obviously, this is a forgotten show, and I forgot it too until it popped up on Pluto, which is where it's streaming. But I love Lewis. Lewis is such, I was gonna say a misunderstood character, but he's just very weird, y'all. And a tall cutie, can't get a girl though because he's not the most skilled in the romance area. He works for a really shady company called Drug Co. That seems to cause a lot more harm than they do good. Him and Oswald are roommates. I don't remember where they end up, but I know for a while they lived above the Warsaw, which is the bar that the Drew crew, as I like to call them, frequents. I would love to do more Drew Carey videos because I want to dive into some of the character traits that I've given these characters and like why I did that for them specifically. I don't know, it's just really interesting. Up next, we have Oswald. I was just talking about Lewis's he's not even a number two guy, they're both number ones, but his right hand man. These are two of Drew's best male friends. Oswald, I don't know which one he knew earlier. I know Drew's known Kate the longest. But they all met when they were little kids, just a very funny little group of people. I really do wish or maybe I will do more of these videos because I really do want to go into depth on like why I chose the different characteristics for these characters and like trying to make their identity come to life in The Sims after like watching the show so many times. But Oswald, played by the very cute Diedrich Bader, especially at this time, is just y'all, what a lovable gooby squirrel of a man. Like he is just he's so sweet, but he is so dumb. And his heart is really in the right place. And every now and then he has a great idea, and it's hard to take him seriously because he's such a goober, y'all. And his pairing with Ryan Stiles is just so great because it really is like a cuddly little bear and then like a big, skinny, more stoic bear. I don't know. That was a bad way to put that. They really play off of each other really well. And like I was saying, Diedrich Bader, such a cutie at this time and so good at playing Oswald and just capturing that sweet spirit that is this man. Oswald's outfit was really hard for me to figure out because the thing about fashion on this show is they just dress like it's like normal everyday people, you know, like there's no, other than Mimi, obviously, and like Mr. Wick, who's not included in this. Sorry, Mr. Wick. Other than Mimi and Mr. Wick's like suits all the time, no one really goes like crazy with their fashion that I can think of. But they all have their own like unique little characteristics, which is why I chose this pattern shirt for Oswald because I feel like he wears a lot of button-ups with the t-shirt showing, but I just feel like this pattern really worked for him. And then just classic pants, classic shoes. I did the same for Lewis, just really simple, which makes it hard to create these characters. And even with Lewis, it was easier because Ryan Stiles is very tall and skinny, so I was kind of able to stretch the Sim out where it looks more like him. But I mean, this just looks like any dude. Like, and also I noticed looking at pictures of the cast of the Drew Carey Show, all the men have pretty eyes. I like used the same eye color for all of them because I was like, oh, none of you have like basic brown eyes. Everybody has beautiful eyes. Which was really fun. It was really funny also trying to choose the character traits for Lewis and Oswald because for everyone else, they kind of made sense, just like the different things that like Drew, obviously looking for love all the time. Kate, obviously playing around with love all the time. So it was hard to do that with Lewis and Oswald, but I decided to just throw them whatever. Like, okay, you're slobs. That is true. Their apartment is disgusting. There's a whole joke about, I think, a roach with a toothpick in it, and it's like a warning to other roaches. It's very dumb. But I made him playful or goofy and loyal and cringe. I also made Lewis cringe as well because they both are. That's just a great word to describe the both of them. Finally, or not finally, because we still have Kate to go, but this is the big star moment. I don't know why he didn't go first, but I made you stick around for him, and I hope you're satisfied. But we're finally at Drew Carey, the man himself, the genius behind such a great comedy show, and also the host of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Current host of Price is Right. Just an overall talented performer. This dude used to be a Marine. I loved reading his Wikipedia page because I love when entertainers were way more or are way more than what they seem. And I definitely didn't assume Drew Carey's life for Drew Carey, especially watching the show because the show is like a loose depiction of his life. But it's really, I think, like the whole thing is like him if he never got famous or whatever, which is cute because, like I said, it is a very like everyman show, just getting into hijinks and love problems and all that cute stuff. I did have a hard time with Drew because he's either wearing just very basic clothes or a suit. And very basic clothes are just so hard on it. Because like I said, like him, Lewis, and Oswald their outfits could all be interchangeable. And like if I do play this more, like if I play with my Drew crew, I will 100% like give them more outfits and like fill out their world. Honestly, I could create the Warsaw. I could create Drew's house. There's tons of stuff I could do with the Drew crew. But for now, I decided to stick with a suit for Drew. Eventually, I do find a suit that's a lot more normal and not one that is very va-va-voom. There we go. Yeah, just a classic work suit. I love that the tie is loose because it's just like a ugh, which I think is how Drew feels about his job at Woodford Louder, the department store where he's worked for 15 plus years and never got a promotion, even though it's always right there for him. It's always right there for him. Or he gets it and it gets taken away. Poor Drew. Drew could never catch a break, especially in love. He has a tendency to date women that are way too hot for him in most people's opinions. I would date Drew. He's a stable dude, been at the same job for 15 plus years. He has cool friends that like to drink beer. No, he really does just seem like a nice guy. He's very funny. I understand how he pulls the ladies that he pulls. However, he is a very toxic boyfriend. It's understandable why things don't work out between him and so many girls, including our final sim that I made, Kate. Kate O'Brien is the only lady of the Drew crew. The immediate Drew crew, because Mimi's not like in that group because Mimi's so mean to everybody. But Kate's the only female in the Drew crew. Kate has dated Drew and also been engaged to Oswald, on top of being friends with all of them since they were little. Drew has been in love with her since they were little. They have a lot of sweet, tender moments. Ultimately, I never liked Drew and Kate together. I thought they could both. It's not that they could both do better, because Kate could definitely do better, no offense to Drew. But Drew just needs somebody that's not, I think he just needed not his best friend. Not his best friend. And then Kate leaves the show, and then they bring on, I can't even remember the name of the, Kelly? Is that her name? I don't even remember, because those are the seasons that I avoid, or last two seasons. I avoid it. I don't want to see any seasons that don't have Kate. I will watch them, but I'm not going to enjoy them as much as I'm enjoying the Kristen Miller episodes, especially because Kristen Miller's just so good at sass. And I was a big Scrubs fan growing up, and to see her play a character that's not a bitch like Jordan, but still have that bitch energy, and also like loved and welcomed by friends, because Jordan doesn't really have that going on. Kristen Miller's so great. The whole cast is amazing. Like I said, it's streaming on Pluto. We'll wrap this up with Kate fashion. It was kind of hard to choose an outfit for her too. Again, I keep using the same excuse. Ooh, everyman. It's because I like clothes, y'all, and outfits look cute. And when there's too many possibilities, I'm going to get a little overwhelmed and say that I didn't know what I was doing, when in reality, I did. But yeah, Kate has a really cute sense of style. Skirts, pants, jackets, a lot of jackets, but I didn't want to put them in jackets because I don't feel like it's appropriate for whatever season I'm going to end up choosing, because I always start in either spring or summer when I start a new Sims game. And I'm saying this like I'm going to play with the Drew crew, and I might. I'm not going to lie. I might. In the meantime, if you want to keep up with me and hopefully the Drew crew, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'm still thinking about streaming. I'm just being a little bitch baby, so look out for me on Twitch. Watch the Drew Carey Show, the Drew Carey Show on Pluto. It is streaming for free. It is so funny. And then let's talk about it, because I don't have any friends. Actually, I have a couple friends that have started watching it. I want to talk about the Drew Carey Show. Let's start a podcast. Let's contact Drew Carey and ask him to be my best friend. I don't know. He's so creative. I could talk about this show for so long. And now there's so many things I'm realizing that I wish I could talk about that I didn't. The musical numbers, y'all. Genius. It's a genius show. Go watch it and then come back and watch my videos, and maybe I'll be back with the Drew crew. Who knows? We'll see.